What's up, guys? Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project, and you're listening to the Weekly Pour podcast.
Hey guys, it's Leva Leone, and you're listening to the Weekly Pour. Great metalheads, crazy music, because we all bleed metal. Ciao.
Hola, amigos. This is Billy Sheehan. You're listening to me right here and watching on the Weekly Pour podcast. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi from, just about every band but ABBA, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Turn it up.
I'm Logan, right?
Yes.
That's how all right, I'll go now. What's up, everybody? It's Logan from All the Pretty Things, and you're listening to TBT and Ace on the Weekly Pour podcast.
My name's Reggie, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TBT and Ace.
And it just cuts just like that. What's up, everybody? I am TBT. That guy over, I do it every time. That guy over there, that's Ace. This is the Weekly Pour podcast. This is episode 46. And that's all we got. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. That's it. No, not really. Not really. Almost. Jumping into chat. Welcome, everybody. There's like one person in there right now. Not true either. I'm full of lies today. Full of lies. Speaking of that, I got accused today of having a child with another woman.
What?
I'll get into that in a minute. Who's in the chat right now? Let's see. Natalie's in there.
This went on, and all you did was talk about your beard.
Well, I forgot that part. we get to talking about other things and all that, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I got accused of having a kid with somebody else. But I'll get to that in a second. First off, I want to say what's up to the chat. Sitting in there right now, Shannon, Natalie, D Nice, and Kathy's in there. What's up, guys? Wonderful to see you again. Thanks for joining us. I know we're an evening late this week. That's because sometimes work calls and we have no choice. But here we are. So let me get straight to that story if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I do.
So I'm where I work. You're very familiar with it. I go into one of the offices today, and somebody had been on my Facebook and recently saw that I changed my profile photo, and it is a photo of myself and my daughter, and my daughter has me in a headlock, and, she's kicking my ass, Perfect picture, because that's usually how life goes with her. So this is little TBT we're talking about. And the first person says, hey, in that picture, is that your wife or your daughter? And I'm like, no, that's my kid. I don't know. I was like, that's little TBT. That's my baby, right? And just across the way a little bit, I hear, now hold on. And they've got this inquisitive look, and I'm trying to reproduce it. Right? She goes, your daughter, she's got a different last name. And we're just going to say Smith, okay? Just as to protect the innocent. She goes, is this the kid you had with Jan Smith? And I looked at her and I'm like, what? She's like, well, she's got the same last name and I thought you had a kid with her. And I'm like, no, you've got it all wrong. My daughter married Mrs. Smith's son, therefore her last name is now Smith. It's not because I banged some other chick and I've got a daughter and that's how she changed her last name. I don't know. Took me by surprise.
I can't wait to spread this rumor.
I cannot wait to tell my wife, who probably is on here now and is listening. So yeah, I don't know where she got that from. Right.
Who is quite young.
Exactly. But it took me by surprise. It was not what I was expecting. And I would expect this from someone of lesser mental facility. The girl that said this, very smart. She is someone I consider very sassy. As a matter of fact, her nickname is Sassy Pants. Every time I see her, because she's just so sassy. I will point her out to you tomorrow, or when we go off the air, because I don't want anybody that's a local to go in and be like, "Haha, Sassy Pants, you got TBT in trouble for saying that he was banging some other chick and had a daughter by her, even though the daughter's married to her son, hence the last name change." I'm okay. Yeah. So that was the adventure for today.
I was out and about a couple of years ago in my course of work, and stopped to talk to somebody that I had to talk to, and they mentioned me being divorced, and I don't know where that came from. Why would anyone ever think that? I never, ever have said I would be divorced or would want to be divorced. So I don't know where that came from.
I've been there one time, and that was another thing that was brought up today. It was, how many times have you been married? And I was like, 7.
7.
And they were like, really? Why? And I was like, because I love women. And she was like, really? I was like, well, yeah, but I'm lying. I've only been married twice.
And you're eternally hopeful.
I'm satisfied now. I have no more divorces for me. I'm happy. So
thank God.
No kidding, right? So yeah, no more. None of that. 7 wives would be ridiculous, unless I was like a Saudi Arabian king, where you're allowed to have.
Expensive too.
Well, yeah. But I mean, that's why you do it right. You know, you have one that cooks and cleans. You have one that does laundry. You have one that goes out and chops wood, if you have a wood stove. You have one that mows, if you have grass. You have one to go feed the camels and the goats. You have one to go fishing. Well, yeah, I'm thinking if I'm a Saudi Arabian prince or a king, and I have these wives, I need them all for this. And I'm pretty sure I went over 7, but oh well.
Because there's a lot of wood to chop out in Saudi Arabia.
There is. It's called it's sand tree.
Sand tree.
It's a sand tree. I don't know. So yeah, so it's lots of wives. It's babies with your. What is your in-law? Your kid's in-law relation to you? Is that like your? I'm going to make that up, don't I? Because they're not my in-law.
It's an in-law.
But it's not my in-law. It's Lil TBT's in-law.
They are in-law.
So is it like a friend-in-law? Like we have to be friends because it's her mother-in-law?
I bet there's a title for this and we just don't know it.
Chat? Help? Anyone?
Crickets.
Yeah. Oh, congratulations, Ace. Apparently you are divorced and you are now married to Kathy.
Well, like I told you earlier, the wife's mad at me anyway right now because it's nice out here.
It is. It's great. Yeah, it's like 41.
Is it? It feels like
no. It feels like
60.
Not. It's close.
Well, yeah. So we were sitting around just hanging out before we did this, and she was going to cook some hamburgers.
Sure.
And I love hamburgers, and I thought that would be great. And I sat there for a minute. I thought, you know what? I'm going to grill, and I'll have it done before the show. I'll have it done. We'll eat, and I'll go do the show. But my timing, as usual, is terrible.
Are they still cooking?
I mean, terrible. I think she's still up there cooking.
Are they going to be done by the time this show's over?
Yes, they'll be done, and mine
and then you'll have to put them back on the grill to warm up.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's upset with me because I said I would grill and did all of this. And
is there a slight chance you may have done this on purpose?
Now you're thinking like she's thinking. That's what
I'm just asking. I this is completely innocent on my end. I'm just asking for a friend.
Why would I do it on purpose? I had the best of intentions.
But I mean, but did you?
I really I did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I have terrible timing.
Well, yeah.
You can't start grilling at 6 in the evening and hope to be done by 6:30 so you
Bro,
can
you
eat.
turn that shit on high.
This is charcoal. I'm old school.
Oh, well, then thin your burgers out.
Oh, well, we did.
Oh,
She made some really nice thin burgers, but
okay.
they puff. You ever do that? Ever happen to you? They puff out
Yeah, my
and
meat
they
always
get thicker.
puffs.
It always puffs your meat,
Yeah,
and
it
it gets
always gets
thicker.
puffy when it gets warm on a grill.
That's right. So I mean, there
I
was
don't
no helping it.
I don't see the problem here.
And they're cooking right now.
Oh, well, that's good. So they're puffy right now. You have puffy meat right now.
Right. I mean, she had to smash them down to try to.
Sometimes you have to.
But we need to move on.
Yeah. So since we've got, I've already brought this up. I was mentioning it to you, and you just mentioned a while ago that we were talking about the whole facial hair thing. I'm gonna let this go. Like, if you've watched the show progressively over like the last month, I'm letting this shit go. It's at the puffy stage right now, where it like makes your chin look like it's huge, right? But it's just because
Right.
it's not long enough for gravity to start pulling it down. And I think I'm gonna let it go. I've asked two people. One of which was the wife, and she's like, "Yeah, whatever you want to
Good.
do, don't care, do it." And then I asked someone else who we both know, and she said, "Yeah, let it go." So I'm gonna ask the chat, let it go or shave it. I already know what one person's gonna say. I don't not shave because I ain't shaving the shit off. I'm talking
Right. Is it going right?
trim like Ace, or just let it go respectfully. I'm not gonna. Who knows? I might. I don't know. You're right, Natalie. I didn't ask you. Therefore, I'm asking now. Kathy says let it go. I
Okay.
don't know if she's singing Frozen or if she's referencing what I just said. Shannon says let it go. Natalie says
That's
she
3,
likes
4.
Natalie says she likes trim. I mean, I like it trimmed, but you do you. Boo. She's getting kicked out again. She's going to be suspended for these kind of antics.
So 4 out of 5 say let it grow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Kathy said, then put a rubber band in it like Captain Lou Albano.
And
She
then 2 right
also,
here on your
yeah,
cheeks.
she also wanted to know if you remember cooking that chicken breast at her house that took 90 minutes.
Oh my gosh! But that grill is tiny. We bought this little bitty grill for Kathy's house.
Is it a George Foreman?
No. It's an outdoor charcoal grill, very small.
Okay.
Yeah, and it took a minute. It took a minute. I think
Well,
I had to
apparently it took
relight
90.
charcoal. She's probably right. It was good by the time we got done, but it took a minute.
Wow. Did you season your meat?
Yes.
Did you use anything that we know?
Just salt, pepper, and some Famous Dave's barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
good
All right.
stuff.
I wasn't sure if you used any Bad Company stuff on it.
Not today.
Gotcha.
Not today.
Small and cheap grill, and of course you get yelled at for referencing tiny. I'm just
Why?
we're skipping. I'm gonna start ignoring the chat. They're starting to cause a lot of trouble. Suspensions are coming. Half of y'all ain't gonna make the final four or something. I don't know. What's going on in music?
Well, I sent this to you earlier for you to look at. Headline from Blabbermouth. It's the first feature story on their website. AC/DC,
Yeah,
Metallica,
yeah,
Iron Maiden,
yeah.
and Ozzy Osbourne are rumored headliners of this year's Power Trip Festival. So Power Trip. Time
Time
out.
out. Time out.
Something's wrong here. Something's amiss.
Time out. Ozzy.
Yes.
Did he not semi-retire, or is he pulling a Motley Crue?
That's what I thought.
No,
He did say that, didn't he?
no. Wait a minute. I think he said he's retiring from touring.
Right. This is a festival.
And yeah, which he would have to travel to, which is really no different than, well, I get a huge difference than touring, where he's not going to be
Yeah.
going 3 or 4 nights, every other night or whatever. So this is a one-time
No,
appearance, I guess. And
yeah.
Sharon
It
says
would be
he's
a one-time appearance.
right. Sharon says he's good enough or feeling better enough to do it, so I reckon he's going to do it.
Well, I mean, we talked about the halftime appearance at the Chargers game, correct?
Correct.
A while back. The football season was going on, and he did a halftime thing. And it looked good, and he looked good. But the work that went into getting him up there, and, for those who don't know, I'm sure everyone here knows, but, Ozzy Osbourne has Parkinson's, correct?
Correct.
And he's had neck surgery also to heal up some stuff in his neck.
I think within the last 6 to 9 months.
Right. He also is older and struggles to sing, although that doesn't matter anymore. So I'm thinking he's going to do one show at this festival, see how it goes. I don't know how long the set would be.
True.
I would presume it's whatever they think Ozzy can do. Maybe 10 songs. You think 10 songs?
I think that's pushing it.
That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, this isn't a huge difference, but I'm thinking 6 to 8.
Now, this is rumored. I don't know if it's actually confirmed. So maybe it's, if they're announcing it as a rumor, though, there's some strong indications this will happen. But I'm all for AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden, and then Ozzy playing to, singing the tracks or whatever they're going to do for 6 songs. Maybe he'll sing.
Maybe. And this is actually a 3-day festival that's taking place in October in California. Also expected to appear that's noted right now is Tool.
Yes, I saw that.
And it will feature, the rest of the festival will feature legendary rock heavy performers from the 70s and the 80s. The rest of the lineup is supposed to be released actually tomorrow at 7 a.m. AC/DC, Metallica, Maiden, and Ozzy and Tool apparently all shared a teaser video for this week's announcement. So, like you said, if it's a rumor and they're all putting that stuff out, it's probably gonna happen. So yeah, but yeah, very interesting.
Everyone else there can do the heavy lifting. AC/DC, Metallica, and Iron Maiden can all play lengthy sets. And so, I don't know. Tool can as well. So maybe this is something Ozzy can dip his toe in and get out there and do something.
Right. And hopefully he's not Jack Russell in it.
Oh, sitting in a chair?
Yeah, or coming out with his cane and,
yeah, walking with a cane.
Sharon!
Yeah, well, he didn't do that at the halftime show, but that was 1 or 2 songs.
He was on a pedestal where he was just leaning back on it.
Yeah.
And wouldn't move. But speaking of Metallica, tomorrow they are releasing the next track off of their 72 Seasons album. And they are actually releasing the title track, 72 Seasons. If you haven't listened to it, you need to go to their Twitter page, I believe. And there's a 30-second snippet of the song, and it's thrashy.
That's what I read. I didn't listen to it. I just saw it and came down here. You have listened to it.
Yes.
So from what you hear in 30 seconds, sound like old Metallica?
It sounds like older Metallica, more mature. Kind of like what they sound like today. but at the speed of some older stuff. But not over nor underproduced. It's going to be good. Everything I've heard, everything that keeps getting released from this for this upcoming album, which we're a month away from. I think it's the April 13th is when it's going to be released. So we're 2 weeks away. It's going to be a good one. I would not be surprised if this debuts at number one.
So we're getting a little bit of a mix here of Metallica.
Yes,
we got things that sound more like they did on the Black record.
correct.
We have a thrashy Metallica. We've got something in the middle also. So I like that. I like that they're mixing it up a bit, giving you, especially for older fans that always complain that they're not the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and to top it off, we've mentioned it before when we announced this album was coming out. It's over 77 minutes long. So by the time I'm done mowing my yard, I can listen to it twice. And that's exciting. So I'm not, everybody probably already heard that they're doing this global premiere, at movie theaters, and you get to listen to it and all that stuff. That's great. Not doing it. Besides, I think in our area, I don't think that it would be shown on a theater anywhere near us anyway.
Probably not.
You'd have
to risk going north.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited about it. I'm waiting to see how it does for those fans that they got from Stranger Things. Just from playing Master of Puppets. And now all of a sudden Metallica's got this new album coming out. I'm ready to see how many posers there are that
boy, the timing.
Right.
Perfect.
It's all about timing. All about it.
You're right. I think that's pretty cool. That they may pick up quite a few new fans. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
What if they do, and then they don't play Master of Puppets?
I would laugh my ass off. I think it would be funny. Here's some breaking news for you, in case you haven't heard. Joe Elliott is out of Def Leppard. He is out
because
he is no longer the lead singer. He has been replaced.
They found a replacement.
Has been replaced already.
Didn't take long.
And it did not. It did not. It was like this was a Mick Mars thing. Mick Mars gets kicked out, and 2 minutes later replaced by Johnny Five. Joe Elliott has been fired and immediately replaced by Bryan Adams. It's satire, folks. It's not true. However,
no, it's not.
Yeah. However, Joe Elliott, in a recent interview, stated that Bryan Adams could easily be a member of Def Leppard. Summer of '69 could actually turn into a Def Leppard song.
There is a guy on YouTube I've watched a couple of times that he plays guitar, and he occasionally he'll cover songs. Well, it doesn't matter who he is. Point being is that he does something he calls leopardizing these pop songs. So he'll play in the style of Def Leppard, like you would hear on Hysteria.
Sure.
And it's kind of cool. So he'll take something and kind of rock it up a little bit. Maybe a Belinda Carlisle song. That's the one I heard that I really liked. He did Heaven is a Place on Earth and leopardized it.
Wow.
And it sounded really good. So maybe that's what Bryan Adams will do to Summer of '69. He will leopardize it.
Leopardize. We are going to use that term a lot now. Leopardize.
What brought this up in this interview with Elliott? Why would he say that?
Let's see. Let me get to that part. The topic came up when Joe Elliott was a guest on a show, when the vocalist noting a common tie between his band and Bryan Adams' 1991 album Waking Up the Neighbors, being the producer, Mutt Lange. So there's the connection right there. Mutt's the connection. For a little, okay, there's blah, blah, blah. Set the stage, asking, okay. So during the interview, the interviewer set the stage asking Elliott his thoughts on the classic Adams album. And Elliott said, I got into a bit of trouble with this one. I thought it sounded a bit too close to the bone. Brian was a little bit pissed at me. Brian was a little bit pissed at me, and fair play to him. He should have been. But what it is, it's exactly the same as how High and Dry sounded like AC/DC. What you've got is you've got the same producer, possibly using the same engineer in the same studio. So
with the similar ideas for what people need to do, vocally, sonically, whatever.
Right. When we did High and Dry, Mutt put Rick Allen's drums exactly where Phil Rudd's drums were, using the same mics to mic them up. We probably used the same cabs and amps that Angus and Malcolm used, that Steve Clark and Pete Willis used. So there's going to be a thing where somebody says High and Dry sounds like Highway to Hell. Well, touche, it does. So yeah, he talks about eras and how 60s and 70s stuff sound a lot. But you know, there's others that put a 70s CD on where there's loads of bands that sound like Zeppelin or Deep Purple or whatever. And then in the 80s, it got ridiculous. So yeah, there's similarity there, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it was really a good record.
Now, I never thought that when I would listen to that record, Waking Up the Neighbors. That's a good Bryan Adams record. I never thought it sounded like Def. That's interesting you bring this up because it makes me think of something. I'm reading a book called They Just Seem a Little Weird, and it's about Kiss, Cheap Trick, Aerosmith, and Stars in the 70s. Stars is a little-known band. Kathy would know Stars, that put out 4 records that had no or middling success, but they were supposed to be really big. They were on Casablanca Records, same as Kiss.
Yeah.
They had some of the same people in the Kiss circle working with them on their first record.
Okay.
First record comes out, and Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons are really pissed because they say it sounds just like Hotter Than Hell or, you know, Dressed to Kill or something like that. So people say that all the time, right?
Sure.
So I put the book aside and I got my iPhone out and I pulled up my music and I played the first record. Oh my Lord. it could be a Kiss clone.
Really?
So, oh yeah, at least 4 songs I listened to sounded straight out of the Kiss playbook from the early records. The funny thing is, the guys in Stars are like, we don't know what they're talking about. We don't hear it.
Right.
Like, it's very obvious. Very obvious. So the funny thing also with this is Stars never opened for Kiss, even though they were on the same record label, pushed by the same people. Paul and Gene wouldn't have it because they sound too similar.
Right.
At least on that first record.
I never knew that. Now you're going to make me go listen to it just so I can.
Yeah, you'll have to listen to it.
Oh, I love that. I love that new Kiss record.
Yeah, it's pretty apparent just in the guitar riffs, the sound even of the guitar.
Wow. Queen's going back on tour.
Yeah, there's something going on with Adam Lambert. They were talking about Adam Lambert and their chemistry with him in an article I saw.
Yep, they're going back out on a fall 2023 North American tour. Queen and Adam Lambert. They're going to launch October 4th in Baltimore, Maryland, and continue through a November 11th Veterans Day finale in Los Angeles. Here's the dates. Not a lot. Kicking it off in Baltimore. They're going to hit the normals like Detroit, New York, Boston, Philly, Atlanta, Nashville, St. Paul, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, San Fran, and then LA when they finish it up. Yeah, okay, great. It's not Freddie.
I think it's good though because a lot of bands have replacement singers,
Sure.
And Queen can't help what happened to Freddie Mercury.
Absolutely.
So my opinion is, and I'm not the biggest Queen fan, but their music is too popular and too good for them to not do something. They did
Especially
a
if
bit
the
with
stuff.
they did a bit with Paul Rogers that was really really good, with Paul Rogers singing Queen songs. Not what you would think it would sound like, because he's not hitting those high notes like Mercury. But then you go get a guy that can, in Adam Lambert, and do some shows. I think it's a good thing. I mean, they're just way too popular.
Yeah, especially
Even today.
when the others can still get out there and do their job. I don't do their job. They can still get out there and play.
Exactly. I mean, Brian May should not stop doing something.
No.
Just because he doesn't have a singer. He's way too talented, so I think there's only two members left.
Right.
I believe in Queen, but regardless, I mean, Foreigner has no original members here shortly. So
yeah, I don't think Leonard Skinner does either.
Skinner doesn't. REO Speedwagon doesn't.
Menudo doesn't.
No, they change all the time.
Yep, all the time. So this is where I'm at with music news. That's all I have, because as I'm going through looking for stuff, I started automatically running into stuff from last week. And I'm like, okay, that stuff's still boring. However, although this is maybe not necessarily, well, it's not music related. Sometimes it is. Obviously not this time. Once again, we're at that time of year where our 2-night WrestleMania is just around the corner.
Dude, it's Saturday.
Yes, and Sunday.
And Sunday.
Yep. I got to tell you, some of the matches I am really just not really thrilled about. And
okay,
we can run through them. I mean, there's 13 matches as of right now. Night one is actually going to be kicked off by Austin Theory and John Cena. Not a lot of build up for this.
No.
Great promo put on by John Cena and Theory a couple weeks ago. I think John Cena actually will take this match.
Do you really?
I do. I think Cena will take this match.
He won't take that title.
If he does, I think he'll drop it Monday night.
Or shortly thereafter.
Right.
I mean,
that's
he's
going
got
to be
movies
followed.
To make.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's actually in the middle of making one now, but he's taking the time off to be able to go to WrestleMania. Or he's working on a is it a Netflix show or maybe an Apple TV show? One or the other. That's going to be followed by Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Seth Rollins will take that. I think
they got to bring Logan back.
I think Seth is right now probably one of the biggest baby faces that the company has. And as much of full throttle that he's been on, I don't think they're going to have him take a dive for Logan Paul.
No, actually, he has picked up some momentum.
Yeah, that's going to be most definitely. That's going to be followed by Trish, Becky Lynch, and Lita against Damage Control. That's Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Damage Control takes it. I think you can see the writing on the wall because Trish and Lita aren't hanging around for a full schedule.
No, they might make a deal with Lita to do appearances, but there's no reason to have her have a title for that.
Right, and this is going to do something to catapult Becky back into some kind of title picture or something like that.
Right. I mean, Lita and Trish are gimmick booking.
Sure.
There for an attraction. You're not elevating anyone by having them keep those titles.
No, not at all. That match is going to be followed by Brock Lesnar and Omos. I think Omos is going to squash Brock. I actually hate that because I love the character of Brock Lesnar. But I think they're trying. I think he's gonna put Omos over. I don't think that Omos is
because we
really
have to
worth
elevate him.
anything. I don't think Omos is worth anything. To me, he's El Gigante. He is.
Yes.
He is all of those big men, 6, 7
Yep.
foot tall that are actually going to amount to nothing. I don't think he's going to amount to anything, and I think this is the last chance to try.
You are correct. I think I like what you're saying. I think you're right.
He just
They've invested.
Yeah, they've put a lot into him, and I just don't think it's going to work. Could he work in Impact AEW? Yeah, probably, but it would just be a different kind of story for him. But I just don't think he's WWE material. Bianca Belair and Asuka.
Asuka.
Yeah, that I think Bianca keeps it. That's had zero build on that story.
Not much.
We end that night with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, and I believe Ripley takes that from Charlotte.
That should be a very good match. And you talking about the build up for these women's matches leads me to think about something I saw Ronda Rousey post on Instagram.
I'd like to post on Instagram.
She is complaining a bit about lack of creative input, lack of build. A lot of people are with a lot of these women's matches.
Yeah.
And Ronda Rousey, who's routinely in main events for these things, is in a schmoz tag team tilt-a-whirl match with Natalya and freaking Shotzi Black and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and then we have mystery partners and Shayna Baszler, and
there's nothing there. What's it for?
It's a booking nightmare.
Yeah, that's a filler. I mean, nothing against any of those women because I love watching Liv and Natalya and all of them. I love watching all of them. But what's this for? It's a filler match.
It's a filler. It's a give me a paycheck match, which is good. You get it on the card, you get paid. I'm all for that.
Yeah,
but I don't know what does it do for any of these people.
Yeah, where's the storyline here?
Right, and Raquel was one of the ones that they were really pushing, and here she is in this.
Right.
Liv was champion not that long ago.
Yep, and then she started going crazy, and then that was dropped, and now she's not crazy anymore. She's just in a 6-man, 6-woman final fatal 4-way or whatever you want to call it. But that's actually on night 2. That Charlotte Rhea Ripley is the end of night 1.
Yes.
Night 2.
That should be amazing. The Charlotte Rhea Ripley match should be. It should be really, really good.
And I think that's why it's going to close it out, because I think there's going to be so much into that it's going to be just ridiculous. And I think it's a great match to end that night.
And my son and I have talked about this, and he says he thinks every title will change. He sees a title change potential in all of these.
Okay. I disagree, but I guess we'll get to that as we go through. Night 2, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Don't care.
Oh, Lord.
I'm pretty sure Rey takes it.
Are you kidding me?
Don't care.
Are you kidding me? This was the build-up for this has been great.
It has. Well, however, think about this. Rey's getting put into the Hall of Fame Friday night. Yes. You think he's going to go in and then lose to his son? I don't think so.
No, but we're finally getting what we wanted, which was for him to finally bend him over his knee and spank him.
Well, I was hoping his sister would come in and whoop his ass, but yeah, at least we're getting that. Honestly, it should be a pretty good match.
It should be. His son doesn't look like a wrestler, but he's pretty good.
If you look at where he
He's pretty
was
good.
a year ago, he's 100 times over that now. He's done
Yeah,
fantastic.
and a heel as a heel. Oh my lord, he's a good heel. A chicken
Yeah.
shit heel like that.
Yeah. Well, look at
What they
who
did.
he's
Go
look at
ahead.
who he's running around with between
Right.
Finn and Mommy.
Yes. Yeah, and the very much underused Damian Priest,
Yeah.
who should get a little more showcase.
Just like we were talking on that Fatal 4-Way women's filler match, Night 2 has the exact
Yeah.
same thing. Oh, actually, that is the Night 2 match. The following match, the Fatal 4-Way for the men's, same thing. Same thing.
Right.
Braun, Ricochet, Street Profits against Alpha Academy, Viking Raiders. Yeah, filler match.
There's a
Don't
difference. But there's a difference. These guys don't weren't being elevated like some of those women were. They've done nothing with Strowman.
Well, I was going to say a year ago, Strowman was. Street Profits were. They had a big program going with the Usos there for a little bit.
And I think they gave up on the Viking boys.
Yeah. Which I thought was going to go better because they brought back one of their wives.
Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan, yep.
They got a great entrance.
Oh,
they got a great entrance.
It's awesome. Let's see. What's another match
the bell
that night? I'm trying to not get too much into the other ones. Well, Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre. Gunther keeps it.
Okay. That should be a good match.
Yeah, I would love to see Sheamus get it, but I think Gunther's going to keep it.
Yeah, he's going to keep it. I love Gunther.
Yeah. Let's see. Where am I at? I don't know which one I want to go to next. We've got 3 left, but okay. Edge and Finn Balor.
That's where I'm at.
Finn Balor's going to take it.
That's a Hell in a Cell match.
Correct.
Finn Balor should win that match.
He will be coming in as the Demon.
He should. That'd be great.
Edge will have. Yeah, Edge will be back in his Brood stage. I'm pretty sure that he'll have. Can't think of the dude's name right now in his corner.
Oh, Christian Cage?
No, the Gangrel. Gangrel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'll have him in his corner probably. Finn will be the Demon. Finn will take it because the Demon's undefeated. Here's the last 2 remaining matches are that we know of, unless something else comes up. The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah. That should be a fantastic match.
I think Owens and Zayn take it.
Oh my gosh. Just think of that happening and then what may happen in the next match.
Well, let's talk about the next match. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Roman keeps it.
Now, you have said that Roman keeps it because you think someone else has told me this.
Okay.
They think they'll put it on Cody down the road like SummerSlam, something like that.
Okay.
But does that not kill the whole storyline?
No, and here's why. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
My opinion.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not a writer. Usos lose. Roman Reigns keeps. The difference now is that part of the bloodline was so screwed up, they couldn't even keep their titles. Who's had an issue with Roman Reigns lately? Jay.
Yes.
So maybe we have a feud within the bloodline.
Yeah, that's what we're building to, I think, anyway, aren't we?
I think so, and I think the other brother who may actually be involved in that too, Solo.
Okay.
I think
How do
Jay
you?
or Solo somehow interfere with that match, and it ends up being Roman winning, and he keeps the title. He keeps Paul Heyman. If he loses that title, he will also lose Paul Heyman.
Is Paul Heyman on the pole?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Paul Heyman on a pole match. No, speaking of that, I need a 12-foot stripper pole. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Roman keeps. I think he keeps it.
I think he does it. I think Cody wins.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting to see. Now, let's talk about some things that aren't mentioned in WrestleMania whatsoever. Number one, The Fiend, or Uncle Jack, Uncle Cracker, or whatever his name is.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. What the heck has happened with that booking?
Well, supposedly, Bray Wyatt has some kind of injury. Undisclosed, just some kind of something. And obviously, without Bray, they can't do a match. But is he so injured that he can't do vignettes? He can't do
promos.
He can't do promos. He can't Firefly Funhouse something. Here's another one. Alexa Bliss. Where's she?
No mention of it. Well,
Now,
we know where she was last week.
Exactly. Now, there's some rumors that the Wyatt Six will make their debut at WrestleMania.
The Wyatt what?
The Wyatt Six,
The
which
Wyatt
is
Six.
a faction of many different individuals that are rumored to be coming out and debuting, or at least making an appearance or something at WrestleMania. Don't know yet, because if you remember, there was supposed to be a match between Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt for WrestleMania. Remember the match between whichever between Lashley and Brock, the winner would get Bray at WrestleMania.
Right.
And Brock low blowed Lashley, got the win. Lashley got the win,
Yes.
and it was going to turn it. Which I didn't see. What's the point of that? That's the stupidest booking I've ever seen. Bray Wyatt and freaking Bobby Lashley. Come on. To me, that's just ignorant. I don't know who was doing it. If Bray was doing that sort of writing himself and wanting his character to do that, okay. I don't deserve an explanation. It's your choice. However, dumb. Just dumb, I think. I'm trying to pull this up. I saw a photo the other day that was very, very interesting about this whole Wyatt Six thing, but I can't find it now. But anyway, there's some individuals that are not within the WWE right now that have been rumored to be part of this Wyatt Six. Bray Wyatt obviously is one of them. Alexa Bliss is another.
Right.
Bray's brother is another one.
Bo Dallas.
Yeah. Eric Redbeard is another.
Isn't Bo Dallas Uncle Cracker?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Or at least that's what they were portraying, but who knows? I mean, it was never revealed who he was or whatever. But anyway,
is their dad involved? Is IRS in this?
Yeah, well, he's probably fitting the bill.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, it would. IRS, that'd be cunny or cunny. That'd be funny. I don't know what cunny means, but that'd be funny. Shannon says that Finn Balor is hot. Kathy says that all of Walmart is hearing us. That's great. Hello, Walmart. There's a blue light special in aisle 7. Free Uncle Crackers for each oatmeal cream pie that you buy. Uncle Cracker is apparently your brother. And
He is.
and Jason's made it into the chat tonight. What's going on, Jason? So speaking of Jason and speaking of guitars and gaming is also in. Weston's in. I just saw that. What's up, Weston? Another thing I was going to say is since we're talking about things like that, like Walmart and all that stuff, I need a 12-foot stripper pole.
Do you get those at Walmart?
I don't know. Kathy's there. Kathy, please look for a 12-foot stripper pole. Ask them if they have them in the back. If not, ask them the largest one they have. Please.
Where are you putting it? Why do you need one?
In my garage, because I have 12-foot ceilings. So really, I don't need it to be 12 foot. It needs to be shorter, but I need to be able to put the base down into concrete and then mount the top of it so that it doesn't fall. It doesn't go anywhere on those drunken escapades.
Is this just for ambience?
Sure.
For atmosphere?
Yes. Question mark.
Or is someone planning on using it? Or are you just hoping someone gets drunk enough to use it?
That's a gimme. It's kind of it's kind of like the baseball field. If you build it, they will come.
Right.
Well, if
there it is.
if I build it, they will play.
I
guaranteed. You know this.
I just thought of someone that might.
I can think of about 5. One in particular.
Well, it won't be me.
One in particular, I'm pretty sure that person will reach out to us at the end of this episode. Shannon just said TBT on the strip. I don't care. I'll do it. I don't care. I ain't scared. Yeah, sorry, Jason. I did say that. Speaking of Jason, I need a 12-foot stripper pole. I did say that. But, I mean, I thought of it. I was thinking of meat seasonings. I don't know.
How many kisses on the vagina does it take for Travis to get, or to TBT to get on the pole?
We don't even have that. We have kiss on the clit, kiss on the labia.
That's it.
And kiss on the lips.
Well, then come up with kiss on the vagina.
Well, no, we did come up with a new drink last weekend, but we haven't named it. I've left it to the wife to name it. And she's like, I don't know what to name it. And I was like, neither do I. I can't even tell you right now what's in it because I think it was her idea. And Shannon said we need pics. Shannon, you'll be here the night that happens. The wife made it. I have no idea what she put in it. It was good, and I was like, oh, hell, you need to name it. So I don't even know what she put in it. I don't even know if she's listening anymore to go in and start typing what was in it. I know there was pineapple juice in it.
Okay.
And stuff. And that's all I know.
Did she write it down? Did she write this down?
I don't. You know what? Hold on, because I honestly think I put it in my notes. I did. Imagine that. Pineapple juice, peach schnapps, and strawberry Malibu.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a soda I've had at Speedway or something.
Probably. Kathy, who is still at Walmart, said that when we were talking about the kiss on the clit, that there was an old lady in the aisle that looked over at her. So if you go back over to that aisle, we'll make sure that she hears that we're talking about a kiss on the clit, which is a drink. But if she wants a kiss on the labia, then that would be another drink. So labias and clits were all about, just drinking those. So if she would like a squirt, she could have some. See what I did there?
Oh my.
Oh, geez. So yeah, we got to name it. Pineapple juice, peach schnapps, strawberry Malibu. I don't know. It was good. It was very good. And this is with the shaved ice out of a margarita mixer. It's a frozen drink maker, so whatever. Kathy
what
just
throw into it.
Kathy just said, OMG, turning off volume now. Fine. Show's not as fun when you turn the volume down. Huh.
No,
So,
it's
yeah.
just us bobbing our heads.
Right. Well, that's weird. So yeah, I got the other stuff wrote down, or, as far as the ones with the names, but that one has to have a name. I'm going to try to get her to name it this weekend because I'm pretty sure she's going to make that one again because it was really good.
Yeah.
Natalie just
Will you be?
suggested a name.
Did she?
Suspended. Yeah, she said, I can't say this loud because I don't want people in Walmart to get mad. She said pussy punch. I think that's a little much. I think that is very inappropriate. We've got no cats over here. I don't like them. And we are not
God, you're going to
violent.
say that every time.
We're not violent towards our animals.
You'll be
We are
using
not
that.
punching cats. However, if the wife likes that name, it will be called that. But I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't roll off the tongue like the other ones do. What?
Are you sure?
I'm about done because I am going to be in trouble. Yeah. So I got to name it. If you have a name, if you have a drink suggestion, email it to us because we've been going to town on this freaking.
Not something that's already made.
Yeah, well, your own
something
concoction.
Original. Sit and think about this.
Yeah, if they send me a concoction that I've never seen before and that I can't take those ingredients and look up and see that it's actually Sex on the Beach or Long Island iced tea, I will try them on the air live.
Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, I'll make them all before not like all of them. I don't want to get tanked, but that could be interesting.
You said try.
Yeah.
You should try. You can say drink them all. I mean,
I'll drink all them sons of bitches if they're good. But if you send me a good one, we'll put it on there. We'll do some taste testing, and I'll make sure that we both, if Ace if he has the time to make them as well, we'll try them on the air. And
I have a machine. I have a machine here.
Perfect. Do you have liquor mixes and whatnot?
I would have to get some things. I have some things. I probably would have to get other things.
Email us these things before the weekend is over, and that does not mean Sunday night. Because I ain't going out and getting shit. So if you want me to get something, you need to tell us between today and Friday. So that way we can go out and get what we need. I have liquor in the front, poker in the back.
Is it good?
Yes.
Oh, well.
You have liquor from your wedding?
I do, quite a bit.
On purpose?
We took it home. Yeah, we took it home. I mean, it's good. It's good liquor.
You've been married for 33 years.
Well, not quite, but almost. That's 27, but
that's a very aged liquor. I have aged liquor right here. And
but someone did that on purpose. I just shoved mine in a drawer.
So I had these two bottles right here. Okay, I gotta bring them over here. These two bottles, they are not the same.
Yes.
One is one thing.
Looks like an experiment.
No, it's actually not. These are what we call handshakes. These are samples. Somebody gave me this one, and then somebody gave me this one. The same person. One of which
sometimes you have a bag.
Right. One of these had a red ribbon on it, so that I knew which one was which. Had a red ribbon.
And now, what happened to the ribbon?
That would be the wife who said, look, why does he need a red ribbon on his bottle? I think the red ribbon looks better on this stuffed animal. Gave the stuffed animal a red ribbon earring, left the bottles there. Hey, which one had the red ribbon on it? Don't know. So now I have to try to distinguish, which should be pretty easy. But I have to distinguish which one was which I'll be able to
You
do
can
by
really
taste.
tell.
Yeah,
You can really
absolutely.
tell, though, that you don't have kids at the house.
Why?
Because the weird shit you two do.
She took the red ribbon. That wasn't weird.
I think that it's out of boredom that you took the red ribbon and put it on a teddy bear.
No, she was cleaning up. The stuffed animal is in the kitchen. And she said, "Oh, look,
Why?
ribbon."
That's
Why
where you
is it?
keep your stuffed animals?
No, it's where
In the
one
kitchen?
happens to be. It's just one happens to be there because it looks cool there. It's a little evil looking. It fits in, it's a little jacked up,
Yeah.
a little messed up in the head, It's all good, but leave it on the bottle. There's a reason it's there.
So one's going to taste cheaper than the other, and you'll know that was the one with the red ribbon.
That's basically, I think that's fair enough to say. Absolutely. Because, yeah, that's 100% fair. Because one of them, I'm pretty sure I'm really going to like. The other one, I am not so sure I'm going to like. I just wanted to mentally be prepared, which I would been if the red ribbon was still there.
I mean, your wife was confident in the fact that you have this steward's badge, and
Correct.
that the red ribbon distinction meant nothing to you anyway.
Right. It was just decoration.
Your palate is so trained.
Correct.
You can break that stuff down right to the oak it was brewed in or whatever.
Yes. Brewed in the oak. Exactly. Right. That's very true. Hey, we're working on t-shirts too, by the way.
I've seen a few samples.
Yep, I've made a few
pictures.
more. Just haven't showed them to you. Anybody that's interested in a t-shirt, be sure to hit us up and we'll get it out with your mug. You know who you are. I won't mention it. Hey, Kathy, are you still at Walmart? Kathy?
She can't hear you. She turned you down.
She said she was just kidding. Her volume is still on. I want to know if she's in checkout. And I want to know...
Because you want to say something bad.
No, I actually don't want to say anything bad. I want to say if she's in checkout, I want to know the checkout person's name. And I want to do a shout out to them on the air. And then they have to go and listen to the entire show to get to the very end to hear their name. Kathy, pay attention. See, she's not. And now she's going to miss this opportunity. We could have given whoever this person was in checkout, we could have given them a sticker. We could have sent them a sticker to the Walmart in Wakachaka, Chuki, New York. Oh, and if y'all don't get any drink recipes heading my way or our way for us to try, then okay. I'm M here. Okay, Kathy, where are you? Are you checking out? I want to know. See, we're over our time. We're done. This show is over. Right. Now we're waiting on you.
She's got to think about it.
Yeah. She's be like, wait a minute, are they trying to play a trick on me or not? You know what? I want her to go up to just some random Walmart employee. Walking to my car in this friggin' snow. So she's already done with. She's already checked out. I don't know.
Why
I don't think
snow?
It may not be snow. It could be cocaine.
Well, from the bear.
From the bear. Yes, exactly. The bear that snorts cocaine. I don't know. All right, we're off track. Kathy, thanks. Music and More Records. Love you. Jason, Bad Company Barbecue. Love you. Natalie, you're suspended. Look, we're coming up. We're 4 episodes away from our 50th episode. And honest to goodness, what do you guys want for us from our 50th? A lot of people think, okay, 50 is no big deal. But if you're in this whole circuit thing of doing podcasts and, you're not, blue check marked and all these crazy things, 50, a lot of people don't get to 50 because they get tired of not having 12,000 people listening to their stuff and all that.
Right.
We obviously don't care because we know how many we get a week. We know what we average, but we're still chugging along because if we quit, then that means we have zero. So we still do this for whoever is listening because it's what we do. And it's fun. We enjoy it. Even when we don't have we never have a script. We may take notes and know what we're going to talk about, which we normally figure out about 10 minutes before the show. But what do you guys want to talk about on the 50th episode? Is there a specific subject that we can spend an hour talking about? And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to put my... Do what?
I said dissecting.
Yeah. I want to go ahead and put my I'm going to put my foot out there and hope it doesn't get ran over too bad. Pick any topic with the exception of politics, because I'm not getting into politics. Because that would just cause a bunch of hoopla and we'd probably lose our 4 viewers. So give us a topic. What do you want us to talk about on episode 50? Anything. We've already talked about 12-foot stripper poles today. Anything. It could be music related. It can be relationship related, food related, whatever it is. It's your pick. And Jason says not wrestling. That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. We've kind of steered away from talking about that as much as we did, really because not everybody's into it. But we had to talk about it this week because it's WrestleMania, which is the yearly World Series Super Bowl, if you will.
That's the big one.
Yeah, it's the big one.
That's the big one.
So you have your choice right now between now and the next 4 episodes. Right before we get to the 50th, you need to let us know what topic you need us to talk about. If it's something that we're going to have to research, you better tell us now. If we get a handful of different things to talk about, then we'll do them all. But give us some ideas. You guys rely on us to come up with whatever to entertain you for an hour. Now we're asking you to do that for us. Tell us what you want us to talk about. What do you think would be embarrassing for us to talk about? Who's going to turn my face red? Who's going to turn Ace's face red?
No.
See, I just opened it up, buddy. So tell us what you want. If you can't watch it and you can just listen to it, what do you want to listen to on your way home? It's up to you. We'll be back next week, I think on Tuesday.
I think.
Yeah. So we'll be back Tuesday, not Wednesday. You can watch it again or listen to it again on Wednesday. But yeah, we'll be back Tuesday.